Hello everyone, good afternoon. Sorry it's a late video today. I've been a bit preoccupied today. A bit of a long day doing bits and bobs. I was out first thing this morning, but now I'm back and I'm just looking at charts. It's a bit of a bloodbath, to be fair, across the board. As you can see, Bitcoin's just getting smashed up. It is looking like it's going to come down and test this 55 EMA. We have said, you know, from this peak here, we had that bit of a cap bounce there, that cap bounce, that little daily candle there, but it's just getting smashed up. So it definitely looks like it's on the cards for Bitcoin to come down to those levels then, guys, unless we can get a bounce. There is a bit of positivity on the Bitcoin chart, so I'll just jump to that now. So as you can see on the daily, this is our target to come down to, but we may not actually get down to that target. I know it looks like we might, and we're pushing down to it towards this 55 EMA creeping up on Bitcoin. But I am seeing things in the chart which suggest a bit of a reversal. But to be fair, we did see that yesterday. It's this bullish divergence, guys, on the hourly time frame. So I'm just going to bring up the RSI. Yeah, so if you look on the hourly time frame, guys, we're actually the price is coming down. Okay, as you can see there on the RSI, you can see that it's actually a divergence. And the fact is, we might, if you was to look at this pattern here, this looks like it potentially could be a falling wedge. So this particular pattern, like this. So we've gone up, we've come back down. We're trading in this channel here, like this. You see this? This is actually a bullish channel. It's a reversal pattern, and it's called a falling wedge. And what happens is, as we get closer to the apex. As we get closer to the apex of the wedge, guys, so as you can see, I mean, it looks extremely bearish, doesn't it? But all it is, it's just a retest of support. You know, it is actually a bullish continuation pattern. It's a reaccumulation pattern as well. And what happens is with Bitcoin, any charting pattern that forms a falling wedge, you know, is it will trade like this until it hits the apex, gets close and close. The volume will drop off, as you can see it is there. I mean, another thing to notice, guys, look at the sell volume. Look at the volume, okay? So if we zoom in a little bit, I'll just show you guys now. Zoom in a bit. So as you can see, you know, we've got these massive green candles, right? And hardly any big red candles. So there's not really a massive amount of sell volume that's coming in. So it's effectively... it's not really a big push. I think what we're going to see, guys, as you can see, we've got depleting volume, okay, just here in this falling wedge, and as this tails off, you'll see a breakout towards the end of this apex. And the question is it going to break down to a support level on the 55 EMA, or are we going to break upwards? Obviously the target is just basically to the top of the wedge, so you would be targeting a breakout up to the previous all-time high. So that basically, given the fact that we are printing a bullish divergence on the RSI, the volume's depleting, we're coming towards the bottom of the apex for Bitcoin. It does look as though a breakout is imminent, guys. I'm just saying what I see, guys, in the technicals. So yeah, again, just clarify, a possible falling wedge, getting closer. You see how the trading range is getting tighter and tighter and tighter, guys. So inevitably it has to make its mind up. Which way is it going to go? The depleting volume, the bullish RSI divergence. Potentially we could be on the verge of a breakout to the upside and continuation trend. And the fact that we are still above the 55 EMA, I know we're toying with the 10 EMA on the hourly, we're way below the 55 EMA on the hourly, which is a bearish sign. You know, just there we try to get above it, but we could potentially, as you can see in the uptrend, we're above it, guys, okay? And then when we get below it, we're below it, and it suppresses the price and it keeps pushing us down. But if we was to now switch back to the daily time frame for Bitcoin, so again on the daily, we have our target down there, which is we set when we broke down, we made that target there, didn't we, guys? Because we said that that's roughly where the 55 EMA would come up to. It's also the previous all-time high, and in that upwards move in January. And usually, you know, you'll see in any price action, guys. Again, price action is key. Honestly, you know. price action, it tends, even on the 15-minute time frame, the 5-minute time frame, the 30-minute time frame, you check the price action, it usually goes up and back tests the previous high as support, just to show that we're in a continuation trend. So, you know, basically we are looking at that. We are looking to come down, test this previous high and the 55 EMA and bounce off it. We're forming what looks to be a bit of a falling wedge, which is a bullish pattern. The RSI on the hourly time frame is painting a bullish divergence. So watch this space, guys. Watch this space. When there's fear and blood on the street, that's time to act. So anyway, if you just waited for the breakout to the upside and says I'm going to long it from that point, it's entirely up to yourself. You could be looking at a 34% trade, guys, up to the previous all-time high at the breakout of this falling wedge. Just something to keep an eye on. Or you could wait till we had a touch of the 55 EMA and our price target, which is the previous all-time high at 41,935. Wait for it to hit that, expect a bounce. If we do get a bounce, go long and just staying along, and you're looking at a 38% trade, guys. So that's just something to think about there. And you can see this very similar pattern. We have come down quite sharply here. There is a bit of a cascade of selling on Bitcoin, which is not really great. But again, just keep an eye on it, guys, in the charts. I'm going to jump onto the Ethereum Ethereum chart right now for you guys. So Ethereum, as you can see, is just getting absolutely smashed up on the daily. Again, it's pretty much like Bitcoin if you was to look at it, but I would imagine that we are way below the 55. Yeah, as you can see, the 55 is probably the most important moving average on the daily time frame, guys, as a level of support in an up market and a level of resistance in a bear market. This is a very bearish signal now, guys. We are confirming that we are in a downtrend on Ethereum. The RSI is really oversold though. So again, we're just expecting a push on Ethereum, guys. Need to find a level of support. I think the problem with Ethereum is the fact that you've got all this FUD regarding gas fees, alternative smart chain contracts and smart chain blockchains like ADA, Cardano obviously with the ADA token, Binance Smart Chain, etc. So there's a lot of FUD around Ethereum, but I am still super bullish on Ethereum. I think that it will dip down and it will just take off. Just waiting for Bitcoin to find its feet, and then everything will follow. Again, I am still expecting a mini alt run, guys, when Bitcoin just sorts itself out. So again, but this is very bearish, this candle here for Ethereum. It's getting absolutely smashed up on the daily time frame, guys. If you remember yesterday, we were being supported by it and we were expecting a bounce upwards, but obviously we've just got smashed up and we're just getting pushed down and pushed down and pushed down. So not really a great deal of positivity for Ethereum. All we're doing at the moment is again testing the previous all-time highs. As you can see here, we're sitting right on that. We've actually lost that high there, so we've come down to that next high, and then this is the previous high there. We look to be forming a bit of a bounce off that high there on the previous run up on the daily time frame. But again, you know, you could just see one big pump on Bitcoin and then everything just reverses and we just continuation in the bull market, guys. So just key levels to keep an eye on for Ethereum. If we look at the hourly time frame, I mean, you can see here in the hourly time frame we are forming quite a strong bullish divergence there in this hourly time frame. So obviously we have that divergence there. It's going there like that, and then obviously there and there. So that's a bullish divergence. So potentially we could see a reversal on the hourly time frame, get above this 55 EMA and form a nice reversal on Ethereum. Again, it's all reliant on Bitcoin, guys. We need Bitcoin to just stop crashing to reverse, and then we're off to the races. Going to take a look at Chainlink for you guys. Very similar price action to Ethereum on the hourly, guys. Just falling off all support. Let's have a look on the daily, on the 4 hourly time frame. So as you can see on the 55 EMA on the 4 hourly, we're just constantly under this 55 EMA now, and as we keep coming up and testing it, we keep getting rejected off it, guys. So what we need to see is a retest, breakthrough, and then, you know, we're off and form that uptrend again. But where are the levels of support? Well, you can see on the way down we are bouncing off these previous highs in this uptrend here, guys. We are finding a little bit of support, and we are bouncing up, and when we do come up, we are bouncing off to 55 EMA as resistance. So again, you know, it's just, I think it's just a case of Bitcoin finding its footing, and again, we are forming a bullish divergence on the RSI there for Chainlink, guys, on the hourly time frame. So again, we've got this lower high there, lower low, sorry, and higher low. And then on here we've got a high and a lower high. So again, that's a bullish divergence, guys, on the RSI for Chainlink. So again, we could see a bit of reversal Monday morning tomorrow. 23.64. It's holding quite strong. We did actually dip down just there to $20 on the 4-hourly time frame here, guys. You can see we came down. We started to come up diagonally like that, and we thought we were finding some support. Obviously it's just a bear flag, and then we broke down again out of the bear flag from the original breakout down to the bottom from there. So we could expect a low, an even further low for Chainlink over the next few days, down to 21.26, guys. So that's potentially a new bottom that we could be targeting for Chainlink. 21.32, roughly around that area, guys. Given that that's a bear flag on the 4-hourly time frame, we're breaking down, and we should potentially come down to that level there as support, guys. So that's just something to keep an eye on. And as this 55 EMA creeps around, Bitcoin makes its mind up. That's where Bitcoin could hit that 55 EMA as well, which is our target at almost 42k. And then obviously that'd be a rock solid support there, and hopefully we can get a bounce and move up, guys. So I'm just going to take a look at Reef now. So as you can see with Reef, guys, we did get above this diagonal support here. It was acting as resistance on the way down, and we have got above it, and you can see we are still sort of bouncing off it, but we need a push out. The volume isn't great. We do need some beefy volume to come in and just push us to the upside. Again, we can't get any lower than this 0.246, guys. If we get below that, then we've lost critical support here, and you can see how far we could actually potentially fall down to this kind of level here, because on the way up we sort of flew up. There was a little bit of resistance there, but as you can see, we've only really back tested it once as support, once, twice, 3 times. So we may see Reef come down to this level of support there, guys. Come down to this level here and bounce off it as support, and hopefully break out to the upside. But again, we are in a bit of a downtrend here, guys. There's no getting away from that. Again, we're just expecting, keep an eye on this bottom support here. Keep an eye on this bottom level of support. If we break that, again, that's super bearish. If we was to bring up the daily time frame, you can see where the 55 EMA is, guys, on the daily time frame. We're literally just coming up to it. I think we bounced off it over here in the initial correction the 23rd of February. Sorry, we had that correction there. We touched the 55 EMA almost just there, and it's creeping up. You see, we've not got much data. That's why we've only got a little line for the 55 exponential moving average on the daily time frame. So again, like, you know, most things in a bull run and in an uptrend, we do usually come back and you see things test the 55 EMA. The only thing that's looking ultra bearish at the moment is Ethereum on the 55 EMA. Everything else doesn't look too bad because it's kind of bouncing off the 55 EMA and being supported quite nicely. Reef still has yet to come down and touch the 55 EMA, as you can see there. It's still, and it's lining up with our very bottom there as well, the 0.24, guys. So again, it's all on Bitcoin, guys. You know, if Bitcoin can bounce, touch that 55 EMA, or just break out of that bullish divergence that we've noticed on the hourly time frame, and break out of that falling wedge. I mean, this is potentially a falling wedge, guys. You know, if we move this like this, and we go like this, we've got multiple touches. Again, this could just be a falling wedge, guys, and we just break up, and the target is always to the top of the wedge, which will push us up to the previous all-time high. So again, you know, it is purely relying on Bitcoin, but the fact that we are above the 55 EMA on the daily time frame for Reef is positive, guys, moving forward. I know it's horrible to see, and we're crashing and everything's correcting, but just dig in there, guys. I'm sure there'll be a correction, okay? I'm sure there'll be a reversal soon. The blood will be over. So let's take a look at 1 inch, guys, see how that's getting on. So yeah, on 1 inch, guys, unfortunately we did bottom out over here, as we spoke about, and we were moving up in this impulsive wave and corrective wave, and it was beautiful. But then obviously, yet again, Bitcoin couldn't behave and it crashed, and everything gets dragged down with it, unfortunately. But so we fell out of this trading channel now, which is unfortunate, obviously. But we are finding a lot of support down here, guys. You know, we're not crashing. I mean, if you look at the other projects like Chainlink and such, and Ethereum, they're losing their local bottoms. You know, 1 inch is really strong here, and I'm reading good fundamentals about 1 inch moving forward. So I still think that we are going to potentially push up on 1 inch, and it's a great project to get into, guys. So again, just keep an eye on these levels of support here. This is the absolute bottom here, down here for 1 inch. That body of that candle there will mark that. So, you know, we still could come down to this $3.21 level for 1 inch and still be quite strong, guys. We've come down and bounce off it. Right now, what's in turn for 1 inch? Right, let's bring up the fib on 1 inch on this 4-hourly time frame, guys, see if we can see anything. Yeah, so just looking at 1 inch then, guys, I am still really bullish on it. And unfortunately, we broke out of that uptrend there, and we were targeting these fib levels, guys. So unfortunately, you know, I did long it there, and I got shorted out. My stop loss got triggered, and the trade didn't play off. But that's the way it goes with trading. You can't win them all. But the fact that 1 inch has not actually come right down to this bottom yet is quite strong as well. We seem to be bouncing off some form of support in this uptrend here. So this is a bit of a support line now for 1 inch moving forward. So hopefully we don't lose this support here, guys, where we're trading right now in this zone. So obviously you can see we come up there, bounced off that, gone up, and we come back down and bounced off that. So effectively, if we brought out the fib now from the bottom of this move here to the top, you can see we're bouncing off his 0.786, guys. We're bouncing off 0.786. So hopefully, with 1 inch now, and hopefully if Bitcoin behaves and bottoms out and reverses, we could see a reversal on 1 inch and just a continuation trend of this uptrend here. So yeah, that's just 1 inch, guys. Just try and remain positive in the market. Let's just keep fingers crossed reversal. And the fact that we bottom out, we are still in a bull market, guys. Like I say, that Bitcoin's above the 55 EMA. That's a positive sign. And if you look across the board, we still have got certain cryptos that are just making all-time highs still and pushing up. So it's just a correction across the board, really. Yep. So I'll catch you tomorrow. Please like and subscribe to the channel and smash that subscribe button and smash that like button. Share the videos where you can. And I'm sorry about the lateness of the video today, guys. I'll catch you tomorrow. Cheers. Bye-bye.